Hello everyone, it's Alia, and I hope you didn't think I completely forgot about this process video we were doing making this junk journal here. I remember I left off last time with part 4, and I know at the end of the video it got cut off, but basically all we have left to do in this junk journal was to make some tags and little things for the tuck spots and then sew it together. So what I like to do when I'm making a project, I don't know if you can see this here, it's the top of those little boxes you buy at Michael's. They're always on sale for 3 for $10, I think, but they look like big shoe boxes, but they're all the same size. So what I do is I take off the top, and in here, as I'm working on a junk journal, any scraps or miscellaneous pieces of paper that I have after I've cut down a page or made something, I don't throw them away. I put them in a box like this, for example this one, and when it comes time to make tags and little embellishments or things like that, I'll go through the paper scraps just to see what I have that I can use to make these things with. That way I know that all the paper will still coordinate. And of course, you know, I do use other images, and I do use other things like index cards, or what else do I use? Index cards, coffee dyed paper, things along that line. So what I didn't do this on video, but I still have, well, I had some strings that I was using. Let me just put this aside for a minute. These were some of the papers. See how, like, when you cut down a paper, I had this strip left over, but these can make great tags. So I had stuck a bunch in there. I was working on a bunch over here, and I had a few more scraps, but what I was doing was filling the little pockets. So let me put myself in frame. So for example, this first one, I cut out one of those long strips down to the size I wanted, inked around the edges, left it blank on this side for journaling, and then you could easily put a picture on the front. And then that will just tuck in there. And this one, and then I sewed coffee dyed paper on the back of it, and on the front is the pattern paper. So we have that there. And if we keep going through, so here, these are 2 cut-aparts from the collection that I put in. So this actually came from the paper collection. I didn't have to make them, just cut them out. Okay, and here's some more from the paper collection that I had here. That goes into that little pocket. And here's the 2-pocket sewn pocket. Oh, say that fast. The 2-pocket sewn pocket. Does that even make sense? Yes, because there's 2 pockets and it's a sewn pocket. So on the bottom little pocket, this is from the paper collection. I just cut it down a little bit more so it can fit inside the pocket. And then these 2 images were from Pinterest, I believe. I backed them on coffee dyed paper, and I used my cardboard stamp to line the back of that. And this one is on an index card, which is like this. So what I did was I folded the index card in half, rounded all the corners, and then if you can see that, there is a little bit of layering, not much. There's some parchment paper that coffee dyed. I have a little tiny trim under there, and then the image I put right over that. And these 2 are tall, so it's perfect for the back of this pocket because they have enough room to stick out. And here, this one is an image from Pinterest that I sewed onto some, it was an index card, but it's like graph paper index card. And then this one is from the collection. And I don't know how I had that, maybe like that. Alright. Nothing there. Okay. And so here, when I'm making sometimes when I'm making smaller junk journals and you always have to cut your 8.5 by 11 down, you have a leftover strip. It's usually about this big. So what I usually do, I keep all those strips, I bunch or group a bunch of them together, fold them in half. If you can see, I sew along the top with some trim, and I make a little writing booklet. So it's easy to jot down notes or little events or memories that you want to keep, and then tucks right in the pocket. And here's another tag I made from the leftover paper. And this one, I used a bingo card, and I made my own, I cut out my own tag here, stamped the back with a cardboard stamp, and then on the bottom here I did a little layering and I sewed on some different ribbons. So I have this bottom one here, I have this one, and then this one on top, and then this is sari silk ribbon, I believe. Yeah, looks like it. So that tucks right in there. And oh, this was that little pocket that I made, and I didn't have anything small enough from the paper collection, so I made my own little booklet. And what it is a little space to journal on, but I took a piece of paper and I folded it in fourths, rounded the corners, if you can see that, and then it just becomes a little book that can tuck right into the itty bitty pocket that I made that I loved so much. Here, see, fits perfectly. And in the back, this is from the paper collection, and this is another image from Pinterest, Little Bo Peep, and lined it with coffee dyed paper and stamped my cardboard stamp on it. So that sits behind this right here. Okay. And here's two tall tags, and I love this. This was another leftover piece from the paper collection, and I just love this image. The bird is so beautiful, and the colors. I don't think it will show up on camera, the colors, but in person they're really nice. And then with the same paper that was right here, oh, can you see that? Right there, I cut it out and made a tag out of this, and I use some of this, I don't know what this is, but as the little handle. And then those tuck right back down inside. Okay, let's see what else. Oh, and here we have one of my sewn pockets, and I didn't clip it this time. I just tucked it in to this little corner tuck, but you could easily add a paper clip to one of the other pages and clip it. But I just have two little tags inside that I made by cutting down some of the leftover sheets. Perfect for journaling spots. And tuck right back in. And here's another two little tags that I made. They are blank on the back for journaling. And that tucks right back into this coffee filter pocket. Okay. Oops. And this side pocket here, I have a long tag, it's almost the length of the book, and then this image, can't really see that very well, but this is from Pinterest, and again lined with coffee dyed paper and stamped with my cardboard stamp. And then that tucks right back inside like so. Nope, there we go. And oh yeah, one more pocket here. So this is some more leftover paper that I folded up, and perfect for journaling. And I rounded the corner. I just like the way rounded corners look. It just makes it look nicer. And then here is from the paper collection, Home is Where the Heart Is. And then those tuck in there. And I didn't fill any of the tuck spots or pockets completely full, because when you're journaling in here or when you're memory keeping, there's big pieces of memorabilia that you want to keep, and you don't always want to glue something down, so you can put them in the pockets. That way, if the pockets were completely full, there would really be nowhere else to put more things that you acquire. So I just put just a couple things usually in each pocket when I'm doing a junk journal. That way it leaves room for other things that somebody might want to stick in as well. So I think, yes, that is the end of the book. So all we need to do now is sew it, and it is complete. Yeah. Perfect. So I hope you enjoyed this video process with me. If you have any questions, please let me know. If there's anything else you'd like to see, please let me know as well. And I probably, once I sew it, will do a final flip through. Maybe not as detailed as what we just did, because it'd be going over the same thing again. But I may pop back on at a later date just to show the final album. Well, thanks for stopping by and watching my video. I'll see you next time. Bye.